simple, small things, but they made an impact.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. Dustin Harris. See if I can say my own name, especially given the topic today. It's going to be kind of funny. Welcome to the Appraiser Coach Podcast. I am your host, and want to share with you an experience I had this morning that was a little bit unique. I mean, really, literally, this is not groundbreaking, but a little bit unique that I would encourage you to try. And it kind of happened by accident, but it turned out to be a good experience for me. Want to pause and remind you that we're sponsored by Spark. Spark, of course, is the ability to insert data into your report automatically, thus saving money, thus being more efficient. Folks, who doesn't want that? Check them out by going to spark4appraisers.com, spark4appraisers.com. All right, folks, normally when I am in this office, and I affectionately call this office my broom closet because it's about 10 by 10, 8-foot ceilings. We're literally in the basement, no windows. When I'm here, my routine looks pretty much the same as far as my morning goes, meaning I wait until I get to the office to have my morning coffee. And I'm a daily coffee drinker, and enjoy my coffee. To me, it is a kind of a sacred experience, honestly. I know I don't want to oversell it, but drinking my coffee in the morning, I like to do it peacefully, not while I'm driving, not while I'm doing other things. Now, I will do it while I'm driving, doing other things if I've got other things going. But if I can pause and spend time with just my beverage of choice in the morning, I do. And today was a little bit different. So normally what I will do, in fact, maybe if you're on YouTube, let me just switch cameras here. I'm just going to actually turn this camera around here. Let's see, going the wrong way. There we go. And I'm just going to show you over here. In fact, we'll pan down just a little bit as well. Beautiful picture of my wife there. And as you can see behind that, I've got that pour over coffee station, as well as my my Nespresso there as well. Though I have not picked up the Nespresso in a very, very long time, because I just love my pour over coffee. I feel like I have much more control over the coffee when I can pick the grounds and that kind of thing, and they're not the pods and blah, blah. Anyway, off topic a little bit, but normally I'll come in and I'll brew my coffee. I'll put my phone on airplane mode in the morning, typically. Now, again, there are exceptions to that rule, but these are typically the rules. Airplane mode goes on. I spend time, thinking, meditating, and typically I immediately go into my TM, my transcendental meditation that I try to do on a daily basis. I do that from home if I don't come into the office, but if I'm in the office, I like to wait till I get here because I know there's not going to be distractions here. I literally am in the basement, as I mentioned. It's very quiet. I have a couple of other tenants on the same level as me, but they don't bother me. Big, thick, heavy door. Today was a little bit different. So today, I did, when I say a little bit different, I literally mean a little bit different. The only thing I changed today is I did not turn on the light. Now, I turned on the light long enough to brew the coffee, okay? But when my phone went on airplane mode, the lights went off and the door closed. I know, a little bit strange, a little bit weird, but stick with me. Now, because I have no window, and because we're in a basement, it was dark. Now, there's still a few lights. I've got a microwave over there. It's got an LED on it. I've got a couple other things on my monitors still have a little blue light that emits a little tiny bit of light. I've got an LED here. My cameras, I've got 3 cameras, 1, 2, 3, right? Got 3 cameras, and all 3 of those, the LED lights stay on them all the time. So there's a few lights. In other words, it's not pitch dark, but it's dark enough that I can't see the walls, can't see the artwork, can't see my beautiful wife sitting over there on the coffee table. No, not my physical. I don't have my physical wife on the coffee table. It's just her pictures we saw earlier. Just to clarify, okay, I don't keep her. It's not like an elf on a shelf, Cammy on a shelf. I can't see any of that. I don't get distracted. Again, the phone is turned off. Computer is not turned on. And it was dark. And I sat there in the dark sipping my coffee. Now, I know it's little. I know it's not a big deal, okay? Nothing had really changed other than the sensory, the light sensory, right? The vision, right? That's the only thing that I changed this morning. And yet my day is different. I want to share with you how it's different and how that might affect you and some decisions you might make tomorrow morning or this afternoon. But first, I want to pause and remind you of another change that you should make in your life, and that is utilizing technology to help you to be more efficient. Folks, can you imagine if you could save, I don't know, 25 minutes per report, every single appraisal report you do? And I literally mean that, right? I said 25 because I actually think it's more close to 30, but I don't want to be dishonest with you. I want to be as honest as possible with you. So in fact, let's just call it 20. If you could save 20 minutes per report, what would you pay for that? Put that number in your head and then go to spark4appraisers.com and look at the prices and tell me this is not a steal, because you can't tell me that. It is an absolute economic steal to get technology to work for you. Check them out by going to spark4appraisers.com, spark4appraisers.com. All right, folks, I have to admit, okay, as we come back from the break, this morning it was tough to go to work. It was. I like to be upbeat and optimistic and chipper all the time, but today was Monday, and I came in and I was dragging from the weekend, and I really literally, I wouldn't say I didn't want to come to work, but I didn't want to come to work as much as I normally want to come to work. I really enjoy the work that I do. Right now, I'm currently juggling 4 different jobs, and I love it because I can bounce from one to another all day long, and I don't get bored of one, and the mind is always, sparking. But this morning I was tired. I stayed up really late Friday night, and was out till like 2 in the morning. Saturday night. I did something really crazy. In fact, I'll just share with you. It was kind of cool too. It was another part of this explanation that I'll give you today, right? So I like to dirt bike. One of the reasons I like to dirt bike is it's not just the sensation of being on the bike and exploring the backcountry. It's the fact that I have to be fully 100% immersed in order to do it right. Okay. In other words, you cannot be thinking about other things while you're dirt biking, because if you do, you die. Kind of literally, right? You're constantly looking for logs and rocks and the single track ruts, and making sure you're putting your bike in the right position, and you're climbing, hills and going down hills. And there's constant things that you're doing to stay in the lane, if you will. And you have to focus. Okay. So as a consequence, when I get done dirt biking, I am always exhausted. Okay. I'm a 50-year-old fat guy. I'm exhausted, and I'm fully rested, and I'm fully refreshed, and I can't wait to go back out again. Okay. Let me tell you something that I changed up a little bit on Saturday night. So it's been very hot here in Idaho lately. And on Saturday night, I did something new. My son talked me into getting a helmet light. Okay. And yes, I've got a light on my dirt bike already, but this is a 2100 lumens, very bright light that goes on your helmet. And because the battery weighs so much, you actually put it in your backpack, and it just runs a little wire up the back of your helmet. And this thing is bright. Okay. So bright that it's like having the sun in front of you, but only for 20 feet, if you know what I mean, right? So we went dirt biking. We unloaded on Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Very unusual. I'm very used to unloading at 9:30 a.m., but I've never unloaded, like got ready to start riding as the sun is going down, ever in my life. Never done that before until Saturday night. Now, I've ridden at dark before, but it's usually like, oh crap, we mistimed this, and we're still an hour from the truck, and the sun just went down, and oh well, we'll have to pick our way back. Okay, this we purposely went night riding, and it was insane. So the thing that happened is, I explained earlier that you have to focus on what's in front of you during the day, right? Times that by 10 during the night, because you have a split second to see and react to anything, right? You're still going about the same speed, that you would go during the day, maybe a slightly slower, but not much. So I'm cruising down the road, and you literally will see a boulder, and then, I mean, if you don't react immediately, you're screwed. And so on steroids, my mind was focused completely in what's in front of me, even more so than it normally is. It was an amazing experience. It was very fun. I cannot wait to do it again. I'm so glad that my son talked me into this small purchase of a helmet light. It opened up the world. I don't have to go in the heat of the sun anymore. It's been 90 plus around here lately, right? And it cools down a lot in Idaho at night. So it was more like 65 when we went Saturday night, but we didn't get home till 2 in the morning. Okay. Well, didn't get to bed till 2 in the morning. We were home about 1:30. But it was fun. It was blast. And it was a different perspective. It was a different experience. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because whether you're talking about dirt biking at night or having your coffee in the dark, okay, I don't know if there's a name for this principle. There probably is. I probably should have chat GPT'd it before I jumped on the microphone today. There's probably something, but the idea of mixing it up, the idea of doing one small thing, none of these things were big deals. Okay. I didn't dramatically change anything in my life. Okay. I went dirt biking like I normally do. I just happened to do it at night with a light. I had my morning coffee like I normally do in the same chair that I normally have it in, but I turned off the lights. Simple, small things, but they made an impact. And I think for two reasons. Okay. Number one, both of them grounded me. Okay, regrounded me, if you will. That's number one. Number two, I think change is good. We as appraisers kick so hard against change, but to me, change is opportunity. These two changes gave me opportunity to see things through different eyes. Just because the lights were off, for example, this morning during my morning coffee routine, I could not do anything but think, period. I didn't get distracted by my beautiful wife's picture over here. I didn't get distracted by the butterfly that's on the wall over here. I didn't get distracted by fill in the blank, okay? My challenge today, and I know we went a little bit long with this quote unquote mini-sode, but my challenge today, folks, is that you find an opportunity to do something different than you've done in the past. Just small. Change something. If you can't think of it, let me give you one, okay? As you drive home today, take a long cut. Okay, that's different than a shortcut. You have your normal way of going home, go a different way. And just tell me in the comments, mention below, tell me if it changes anything in your life. Welcome to the program. Thank you for coming. If you're new to the program, I'm so we've got new people hopping on all the time. So grateful to have you. So welcome, and go create some value.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.
All right, folks, welcome to the program. Dustin Howard. Should we try that again?